Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the HubSpot session today. I am Raghu Gurmani, CTO of Zuper, and I'm excited to walk you through our HubSpot integration today. With over 150,000 plus customers across the globe, HubSpot needs no introduction. It is one of the most powerful CRM that is available in the market, and with our integration with HubSpot, you can integrate your sales, service, and field service process within HubSpot for more increased productivity and better service. You can now combine the power of customer sales, support, and field service and provide a delightful experience to your customers. With the integration, you would be able to empower your sales and support agents to seamlessly schedule field visits and even offer the best experience or the best available time to the customers right within HubSpot. And any communications and any automations that has been set up in Zuper work seamlessly with the HubSpot integration. And you'll be able to set up this integration quite swiftly. All it takes is a few clicks, and you're all set to connect your HubSpot and Zuper right away. Starting with what you can exactly do with HubSpot. As a support agent or as a sales agent, a lot of times you can imagine I as a sales agent or a sales HubSpot user may want to send a field technician or a field use or a visit to this customer site. Now I can imagine a scenario where I would like to send a solar installation project, and as a part of that, for me to send a realistic code, I would like to make a field visit to the customer site to measure the area. Now I'd be able to easily dispatch the job right from the HubSpot experience, and the same can be done for a ticketing or a HubSpot service hub. Now, as a support agent, a lot of times I may not be able to resolve the ticket directly from the ticketing tool, and it might need a field technician to visit the customer site to resolve the issue. And you can dispatch these tickets directly from HubSpot Service Hub. We do offer real-time and bi-directional status updates and field updates so that any changes that happens within Zuper, including statuses or any notes, etc., synchronizes back with HubSpot in real time. And it's completely bi-directional. You are not required to do any double data entry between Zuper and HubSpot, and everything is quite seamless. You can access the job notes, the customer information, and even the notes and attachments that were taken by the field tech right within HubSpot. And we have made location intelligence quite easy. A lot of times, you can imagine a customer calling the support agent asking, "Hey, you are supposed to send me a tech at 10 a.m. It's 10:30. Where is the technician?" And you don't want your support agent to tell the customer, "Hey, I'm so sorry, let me check with the tech, please be on the line for a couple of minutes." And I try to call the tech, and the tech might be driving and they may not answer the phone. Now you can eliminate all these hiccups, and you'll be able to access the real-time information right within HubSpot. So no more how far are you from customer side or where are you. You'll be able to see what is the ETA, what is the distance for the technician to reach the customer site within HubSpot, so that you can instantaneously answer the customer queries. Before I walk you through the integration, I'd like to start with a small story taking a fictional company. Ulta Bikes is a multinational automotive manufacturer company who manufactures and sells electric motorcycle. Now you can imagine electric motorcycle being one of the fast-growing markets. Ulta Bikes is looking for a field service management solution. They are already using HubSpot as a preferred CRM to manage their support tickets. They are using HubSpot Service Hub to manage their support tickets. Now, on the lookout for the field service management system, they would like to accomplish few steps, which I'm going to demonstrate today on this session. I would like to give you the background of few personas that will be working today for the HubSpot story. We are going to take Laura, who is a support agent. Laura is the support agent in Volta Bikes. She uses HubSpot Service Hub daily, and she answers the customer queries quite faster. And her goal is to ensure the customer gets the best experience. We have Mike, who is the field service supervisor. Mike manages the entire fleet of field service technicians in Volta Bikes. Now, he is responsible to ensure that the right technician is dispatched to the right customer site with the right tools and every single time. We have Dominic, who is the actual field service technician. Now, Dominic would love to get empowered with all the right information so that he can give an amazing experience to the customers. And we have the actual customer, who is Harriet. Harriet has purchased Volta bike and she was quite happy and she's quite happy with this Volta bike. And recently she has faced an issue, and that's where the journey begins. Now, Harriet as a customer, I reaches out to Laura over phone call to inform her bike is not working. Now, ideally, Laura, the support agent, would open up a ticket in Service Hub. I'd create a ticket saying that with the relevant information, saying that, hey, Harriet, I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me see how soon I can fix this. And Laura, using the knowledge base, try to share some of the steps with Harriet. She has given some tips or some troubleshooting steps like uh, can you check if the bike has enough power to start, or can you check few measures. She is trying to use all the troubleshooting methods remotely to solve the issue, but still Laura is not able to sort out the issue. Now Laura decides that she would like to send a technician to Harriet's place so that the technician can go and get the issue fixed. Now you can imagine without Zuper plus HubSpot integration, Lara would be required to open the field service management tool separately and look out for or create a job or check with the supervisor saying, hey, can there is a customer who is facing an issue. Can you let me know how soon can you send a technician? Or can you let me know if Jacob, the most skilled technician, is available to get this issue sorted? Now, with the integration, Laura does not need to do any of that activities. She can click on create job button right within HubSpot, which should open a dialog where she will be able to see all the information automatically filled up. Now we have made it quite easy for the support agents and as well as the sales agent who is using HubSpot to reduce any data entry. So Zuper would automatically copy all the relevant information from the ticket or from the deal and will populate in the Zuper job within the HubSpot experience. I, as Laura, can click on the date and time. I can make use of Zuper's assisted scheduling, which would give me the right time slot as well as the right technician who is available to do the job. Now, rather than telling the customer that, hey, customer, I'm so sorry of the issue, our technician would be coming day after tomorrow, coming soon, or I will update you with soon. I can give realistic slots to customer. Hey, customer, we have technicians available today at 4 p.m. or tomorrow morning as early as 8 a.m. When would you like me to send? And the Laura can choose the respective time slot that is comfortable or that is preferred by the customer or that is available, and can create a job within the ticket itself or without even leaving HubSpot. Now, once the ticket has been dispatched as a field service job, the field service supervisor gets a notification, and using Zuper's workflows and smart scheduling, Zuper can also automatically assign this job to a technician. Now, as soon as the technician is assigned, the tech gets a notification on their mobile app. Now, Dominic here, who is the field service technician, gets a notification on their mobile phone that, hey, this particular ticket has been assigned. This particular customer has an issue with the bike. Can you please go and check this bike? With all the relevant information, including the location, any additional information such as the vehicle model, the any other information that can be quite useful to Dominic. And a lot of times, giving this information also empowers Dominic to carry the right tools to fix the job. Now, ideally, if Dominic wasn't empowered with the right information, he would end up visiting the customer once and then realizing that some parts are needed, and it would end up on a return visit, which would take a lot of turnaround time that both Harriet, the customer, and Dominic would not want to do. Now, Dominic can easily update the status of the job. I'm going to say I'm on my way, and Zuper will prompt them with the respective available time slots, and I can choose from of the available time slots and click on update. Now, as soon as I update on my way, the customer Harriet gets a notification that, hey, Harriet, Dominic, our field technician from Volta Bikes is on their way, and he is estimated to reach you in 30 minutes. Now, Harriet, as a customer, is quite happy. I was able to talk, or I was able to contact the support team, and I got a technician quite swiftly, and I'm being proactively kept in loop. Now, a lot of times, as a customer, I would not want to call and trouble, or I would not want to keep on asking an external person what is the status, but rather I would like to be proactively notified that this is the status of the issue or that this particular technician is on the way. Now we are trying to create a a mapping or a process of how the entire setup would look like, where the customer Harriet who creates the tickets goes to support agent Laura, and Laura, who attempts to resolve the ticket, was not able to do with the knowledge base and ends up sending a ticket which requires a field visit. Now, on the actual field visit, the field ticket or the field visit can go to the field service supervisor, who can then dispatch to a technician or a crew, or Zuper using the smart workflows can also automatically assign to the technician. Now, once the technician receives the job, they can update or they can see the status of the ticket or the job on the mobile app, and I can update the job status right from on the field. And once they reach the customer site, I can do a lot of updates. I can consume parts and materials. I can add any notes. I can take pictures and do any activity on the field and get the job done. And as all this are happening, both the customer Harriet and Laura, the support agent, are kept in a very tight loop, so that no one needs to call each other or want to look out to see what's exactly happening on. And everyone has full visibility on what's happening at every single point of time. Now, I'd like to start with the actual demo. So far, I gave you a brief background about the story of Volta Bikes and how Volta Bikes is envisioning to revolutionize their field service process with HubSpot and Zuper. And I'm going to actually get into the actual demo, where I'm going to log in as Laura, the support agent, and I'm going to show you how the entire process would look like. Let me jump on to HubSpot. I'm right now on HubSpot, and I get a call from Harriet, the customer. And Harriet says, "Hey guys, my bike is not starting." And I would end up creating a ticket. I asked Laura can go ahead and create a ticket. And I'm going to create a ticket that the bike is not starting. Let me go ahead and create a ticket. I can give the ticket name as bike is not starting. I can choose the ticket status or add any description. I can choose the date or I can associate with the customer, and I can go ahead and create a ticket. Now, once the ticket is created, I am taken to the ticket details page. Now, I as the support agent Laura, I'm looking at this ticket. I try to reach out to the customer and try and share some steps. For example, I'm telling her, "Hey Laura, Harriet, can you please try charging up the bike, or can you please let me know what is the health score in the bike looks like?" And but I'm not able to solve the customer issue remotely, and I can add some descriptions saying that customer tried charging the bike, believe a battery replacement may be needed. I can go ahead and save this. Now, Laura realizes that, okay, we have tried all the steps and I'm not able to resolve this ticket remotely. Now, I would like to dispatch a technician to go to the customer's place and get this issue resolved. Now, you can notice on the right side widget, the Zuper jobs screen shows up. Now, Zuper would show any tickets or any jobs that are created for this ticket. Now, a lot of times, a particular ticket may need just a single job, or sometimes you may want to also create multiple jobs to go to the customer site. Now, we allow you to create one or multiple jobs right within HubSpot. Now, since this particular ticket is a brand new ticket for which I have not dispatched anyone, a create job button shows up. I can click on create job button, which should open Zuper's HubSpot experience right within HubSpot. And you can notice something magical. The job title, the priority, the job description, everything gets automatically filled up. I, as the support agent, need not have to copy and paste anything, but everything gets populated automatically. And I even was not needed to open a separate tab and key in the information. All the information is populated, and I can simply choose the category of the job. Now, as I mentioned, Volta Bikes does multiple services. They do an installation, they do an after sale service, and sometimes they do even schedule maintenance. Now, Volta Bikes can have multiple job categories, and all the job categories that has been set up in Zuper gets pulled in real time within the HubSpot experience. I can choose this a repair job, and you can notice that I'm doing everything here without even leaving the HubSpot. I'm doing it right within the HubSpot experience. I can choose the priority of the job. I can notice that this particular job needs an immediate attention, so I'm choosing it as urgent. Now I can ask Harriet the time when she would prefer to send a technician, or I can also use Zuper's assisted scheduling. Clicking on use assisted scheduling would open the slot picker where Zuper would show all the available slots that are available to send a technician. Now this has eliminated the need for me to reach out to the field service supervisor, which would have ideally done without the Zuper integration. I would have reached out to the field service supervisor asking him, hey, this customer has an issue. Can you let me know when you can send a technician? And the supervisor had to look at his schedule of all the techs and needed to get back. But now, Laura, the support agent, is able to do this without any external help and right within the HubSpot experience. Now, I can notice there is no slot available today, but there is a slot available tomorrow where I can send a technician between 9 to 5 p.m. Now, sometimes a slot may be minimal, and you may need to understand which particular technicians are available. Sometimes a skilled technician or technicians with certain skill sets may be needed to do the job. We do provide two kinds of view, a slot view and a resource view. A slot view lets you to see only the slots that are available, and a resource view shows you all the resources who are available on a particular day. Now I can see tomorrow the 23rd, Raghav is not available, there is no slots available. But I can see Jacob, who is the skilled technician, is available on 9 to 5. And the best part is, I can also choose the team so that I can filter down further into who is the right team to be sent. As a multinational business, I may be having teams across the nation. I may want to send a technician in Seattle, in Washington, to a customer in Seattle. So I can make use of the teams to further filter down. And here I'd like to send Jacob to the job. I can choose Jacob and click on use this schedule. You can also notice the schedule got filled up. The job description got filled up. You can see the information that I keyed in on the HubSpot experience got automatically filled up. And if you scroll a bit below, you can see there is a customer picker. Now, a lot of times the ticket might have a contact associated. In case the HubSpot ticket has a contact, Zuper would automatically choose the customer. Now, in case there is no contact associated, you can also choose the customer within this experience. I can look out for a customer. For example, I know the customer name is Richard. I can look out for Richard and see all the customers with the name and email. I can choose this Richard. And you can see as soon as I choose Richard, since Richard is an existing customer in a database, all the information gets automatically filled up, including the location, the city, the zip code. I was mentioning the customer is in Seattle, so all the information gets filled up, and I need not type in anything manually. We also allow you to choose the asset and any service contract that can be associated with the job. A lot of times you may have an asset created for the customer. For example, here, the customer's Harriet's bike is the asset. Now, in case if you have the information within Zuper stored, you can also choose the asset directly from this experience. And sometimes you may even offer contracts to the customers. Once I purchase the bike, I may provide an extended warranty program where the customers can sign up, and I can choose a contract that can be associated with this job. Now, as you can see, I hardly filled in any information. I simply had to choose the time slot, I had to choose the category, and I had to choose the customer. There weren't any places where I had to type in any information. And once this is filled up, I can go ahead and click on create job. Now, all it took was less than 30 seconds for me to create the job. And you can notice that as soon as I created the job, the newly created job in Zuper shows up immediately. Now, this is quite interesting. I am able to see all the information, including the category of the job, the status, the technician who is assigned, the priority of the job. Now, Zuper HubSpot integration doesn't stop here. Now, once the job is created, that's where the actual service team role kicks in. Now, I can access the Zuper's job directly on this link. So we have also linked the particular job. So clicking on this link will open the respective Zuper job directly from HubSpot. I can see the job details here, but I can also even access the job information within HubSpot, which I'm going to show shortly. But here I'm taking you to the Zuper interface where this newly created job is visible. I can see all the information got filled up, including the customer address, the description, which you might have seen on the HubSpot ticket. You can see the description of the HubSpot ticket got automatically filled up here. You can even see the location given the customer had a location. And we also link the ticket ID as well as the HubSpot ticket link so that you'll be able to access both the ticket and the customer's information directly within Zuper as well. You can see the time slot. You can see the tech who got assigned, Jacob. I as the support agent, Laura, has assigned Jacob to this job. You can also see Jacob visible here. Now, what I can do is, this is the supervisor's view where I as a supervisor can see all the information created, and I as the support agent can also see the status of the job, etc. directly here. And we also provide more actions on top of this within the integration. Clicking on actions will open up a few other information that you can do. And the best part is I'm going to log in now as the field service tech. I'm going to jump onto my mobile screen. I'm going to share my screen to show you how I as Jacob can log into the mobile app and showcase you how the experience would look like for the technician, and how all the experiences, all the updates the technician is doing is visible on the back office. I hope you can see my mobile screen where I'm going to jump onto the Zuper mobile app. I'm going to turn on the GPS for you to show the experience. But here I can see I'm logged into the mobile app here. This is a Zuper mobile app that you might be aware of. I can see the punch in, punch out, etc. All the information. Now there is a job that has been created. I can click on my schedule. Now this would load the new scheduler experience, and I can directly look up for the job. I'm going to directly look up for the bike is not starting. So this is a job I just created, 6827. And you can see it quickly gives me all the information into the category of the job, the schedule time, the exact location where I need to go. Now I can click on view, which should open the full details of the job. I can see the full information, including the description that the agent has typed in HubSpot. I, as the technician, is able to see the full conversation and full information that the support agent has typed in within HubSpot. You can further see the HubSpot ticket ID, but you can even decide if this information needs to be hidden for the field tech. We allow you to even set the visibility of that custom fields to the technician. Now, what I can do is, I as the field technician, I can go to status and I can say on my way. Once I choose on my way, I can choose a timestamp and click on update. The Zuper would also allow you to see the status of the job or allow you to navigate directly. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to reach the customer site. And once I reach the customer site, I can start working on the job. Now, given that this particular customer has turned on the location, you can notice that Zuper doesn't allow me to punch in because I have not reached the customer location. But assuming I have reached the customer location, I'm going to start the job. And during the course of the job, I would like to take some pictures because there is a damage on the bike's battery. You can click on the plus button, and Zuper offers you to add rich content to the job, including images, videos, documents, etc. I can click on image, and I'd like to take a picture. Assuming this is my bike, I'm going to take a picture of the television here. And once the picture has been taken, Zuper allows you to annotate directly on the picture. I can draw directly on the picture here. I can indicate that this is the area where there is an issue. And I can save this. Now we do allow you to also choose, you make use of some of the shapes. For example, I can directly draw an arrow from here. Or I can put some circles. I can say this is where the issue is. And I can save this. I can also add some text content. For example, if I'd like to add a text saying battery issue, I can move this text and I can save this picture. Now you can add multiple pictures as well, but you are able to see how easy it is for the technician to take a picture, annotate on the picture, and exactly notify or exactly denote where the issue is. Now I have taken this picture. What I'm going to showcase now is I'm going to jump back to the HubSpot ticket. I'm on this ticket right now. And what I can notice is if I go back to the respective ticket again, I'm going to wear the hat of the support agent right now, Laura. Where if I go back to the HubSpot experience and I open this job, you can even notice the field visit status shows up here. Now the best part is you can customize the table column as well. I'm able to see the field visit status directly within the listing page. I'd be able to sort them. I can also choose the other columns I'd like to add, and I can see the technicians who is assigned. And if I go to this particular job, particular ticket, I can see the respective jobs that are associated on the right side widget. Here I can see this is the job that I had just created, and you can also see the status of the job. You can notice the status of the job is on my way, And the best part is Zuper provides contextual information. I can now notice there is a view details and there is a track technician button. Now, one thing that you can notice is it doesn't stop here. Any updates that the technician has done gets also shown here. You can notice that Jacob, who was the technician, updated the status of the field visit to on my way. Even though Jacob has updated the status in Zuper app, you can see the update also shows up on HubSpot activity. By this way, I as Laura can know exactly when the technician started to the customer side and even reach the customer side. Now, the best part is I can click on actions, view details, which would show the full information of the job. I can see the full information of the job, and if needed, I can even call the tech. So, in case if you have any cloud telephony integrated with the HubSpot account, this call would directly dial the technician from here. I can go to the job notes, which should show even the picture that was taken. I can open this picture, and you can notice this was the picture that I as the technician has taken, which I'm able to access within HubSpot. And I can further see the activities. I can see when the ticket was created or when the job was created, who updated the job, and what time it was updated. Now, what I can do is I can go back as Jacob to the mobile app, and I can say I'm done with the job. So here, Volta Bikes would like to get customer signature as an acknowledgement once the job is completed. So I can hand over my phone to the customer and say, "Hey, customer, I'm so sorry that had been an issue, but it's all now sorted out, and we'd love to hear your feedback and would like to get your signature." Now, I as Harriet can sign directly on the mobile phone of the technician, and I can even choose a feedback. I can enter whether I was happy with the service or unhappy or okay, and any feedback, and I can submit this. Now, once this is submitted, you can see the job is now closed. And if I go back to the HubSpot experience, let me go back to the HubSpot experience, where I can even see the updates not just stops at the statuses, but we also populate some of the information that you can see within the HubSpot ticket. You can create custom properties within HubSpot, and you can associate these custom properties with the Zuper ticket. You can see the status of the field visit status is now closed. And the best part is you can decide whether you like to automatically close the ticket whenever the job is closed, or I as the agent can do it manually as well. We have both the workflows where you can decide if the ticket needs to be automatically closed or if it needs to be manually updated. And as the updates happens, you can notice the activity was added saying that this particular job was closed at 11:58 p.m. And you can also see the status here, and you can further view all the details, etc. within HubSpot. Now, you can create multiple jobs if needed, and for this ticket, given its ticket is done, I can go ahead and close the ticket. What I can also do is the same experience happens on the deal experience, where I can go to any one of the deal, and I would be able to schedule a field visit directly from the deal screen. Now, the experience is consistent amongst the HubSpot, where we have made the experience quite seamless, so that both you, it doesn't matter your service agent or sales agent, they will be able to do the same experience. And here I can see this particular deal had two jobs, and I can see the first job is the installation category, and I can see the full information of the job, and even see the statuses, etc. within the HubSpot experience. Now, this opens up a lot of room where you can dispatch, schedule your field visits directly within the HubSpot experience. And on top of just scheduling and dispatching, the best part is you can even create reports using Zuper's data within HubSpot. If I open the HubSpot dashboard that I've created, I have created a dashboard called a service overview, where I can see all the job updates that was done in Zuper reflecting here as a dashboard. Now, this is quite amazing. You need not have to go to the dashboard in Zuper for you to see what is the status of the job. I, as a HubSpot user, can see there are 3 field visits that is scheduled. 2 visits have been already closed, and 3 is currently sent to service provider. I can see the job feedback. I can see for this quarter, 3 customers have given happy feedback. And I can click on the happy to see what exactly are the tickets for which the customer has given feedback. And I can do the same for other information. For example, I can see what was the field technician's feedback, or I can see the total tickets by status. So you can see I'm able to slice and dice the data from both HubSpot and Zuper within the HubSpot reporting experience. And you can create rich reports within HubSpot, schedule it as well, using both HubSpot and Zuper data. Now we are also working on few other mechanisms where we'll be bringing in automations for both sequences and workflows, where you can even use Zuper actions within HubSpot workflows, so that whenever a ticket note is added, you may want to automatically add the note in Zuper. Or whenever an attachment is added in HubSpot, you may want to push that attachment to Zuper. We are working on bringing the automations as well as a part of the integration. And the integration that we have built is quite comprehensive, and we offer a lot of configuration that you can make use of. Let me jump onto the App Store to open the HubSpot app and show you what are the configurations that you can do. I'm going to the HubSpot app, and once I click on HubSpot Experience, you can see there are certain fields that we have set up, including whether you would like to sync the status updates. Yes, and given that that's one of the reasons why you are able to see whenever I updated the status in Zuper, the update was reflecting back in HubSpot. You can turn on syncing Zuper job notes. If I turn this on, you'll be able to see the notes that were added in Zuper showing up in HubSpot, which I also showcased, where the picture that was taken by the field technician shows up within HubSpot as well. Now, the best part is a lot of times you simply don't want to call the field in the ticket as Zuper job status. You may want to customize that. You can create any property of your need. I can go to my ticket settings or deal settings. I can create any field, and I can put in the property name within the Zuper App Store. So you can decide under which field this update needs to go to. So you can use your own verbiage. For example, I would like to push the status under the field visit status field name, which I have created as a property in HubSpot. So this opens up a lot of window where you can create the properties based upon the business needs, and you can simply connect the HubSpot and Zuper app, which should open up a lot of customizations based on the business needs. Now I can open up the properties that I've set up here. Where if I open the status, let me quickly look up for the status that I have created. And you can see the field visit status showing up. And this is the API key that I pasted, the field visit, the internal name that I have been pasted to the app configuration here in Zuper, so that Zuper would push the field updates back to this property. And you'll be able to further do a lot of automations using HubSpot workflows. You can set an automation or a workflow where whenever the field visit status is updated to on my way, trigger an email to the customer or do XYZ action. You'll be able to set up such automations within HubSpot, since we are pushing this information to HubSpot in real time. On top of that, we are also, as I mentioned, we are also working on pushing the attachments, so that once the job has been created, any attachments that were a part of the ticket or the deal will also get pushed to the Zuper job. A lot of times, the sales agent might have added few information such as any plans or any brochures or any proposals that has been sent to the client or the lead, and may want to push it to that field technician visit. With the new update, you'll be able to even do that. I like to jump back to the slide and get back to where we were. I quickly showed you how Volta Bike were able to completely empower their entire support and service process, thereby able to solve Harriet's, the customer's issue, in few steps. And during the course of the entire operation, all the stakeholders were completely in loop, and they were able to do all the update quite seamlessly. I would like to touch base on some of the highlights that we walked through. With the HubSpot and Zuper integration, you'd be able to create and manage multiple Zuper jobs within a deal or a ticket with all the necessary information pre-populated, so that you need not fill in any information manually, and pretty much all the information gets automatically filled up. And further, you'd be even able to view all the Zuper jobs of a customer without leaving HubSpot. The jobs doesn't stop in just the deal and the ticket, but you can even view all the jobs of a customer, so that I, as the agent, I can go to the HubSpot customer profile and would be able to see all the jobs that has been created for this customer. I, as the agent, HubSpot user, will be able to access the real-time location of the field technician, so that I need not leave HubSpot to check where exactly the technician is to update the customer. Now, our customers love this integration. A lot of our customers have been benefiting out of the integration that we have rolled out. And Ben from Trim Landscaping, which is one of the largest landscaping companies, have revolutionized their entire process with HubSpot and Zuper. They have been using HubSpot before adopting Zuper, and with the integration, they're able to modernize their entire operations and further scale without the need to toggle or juggle between multiple tools, at the same time making their customers quite happy. Thank you so much for letting me walk you through the session, and I'm open to any Q&As or any feedback to help you with my answers. Great. I can see a question that has been asked. Will the status of the Zuper sync with the HubSpot deal? Yes, it can be done in two ways. One, via the properties, where a property can be set up, and any change in the property triggered by Zuper can be used to make updates to the HubSpot deal. And there has been also a question whether if the Zuper data can be used with HubSpot. Absolutely. We do pass some of the crucial information about the job, including the technician who did the job, the customer feedback, the scheduled time of the job, the current status of the job, so that you can easily synchronize. But we're also working on mechanism where you can even push more fields from Zuper back to HubSpot, through which you can make use of HubSpot analytics to create, to slice and dice and create rich reports. And there has been a question whether the integration attachments work. On the current update or the current integration, it is not automated, but we have created workflows within Zuper through which you can automate this process. And we are working on an automated approach using which the system would automatically sync all the attachments from HubSpot back to Zuper without the need for a custom workflow. Amazing. And I would like to thank the entire Zuper team and HubSpot team for the amazing collaboration. We were able to work so closely to ensure that we are able to build a deeper integration to ensure that all our customer gets the best experience. And as I mentioned, this doesn't stop here. We are looking out for any feedback and any mechanism from any HubSpot users who would like to use with Zuper. And we would be able to deepen the integration with the help of our partners as well. And thank you once again for an amazing session. And we'll be starting the Field Nation session in the next 5 minutes. And I'll be talking along with Brandon from Field Nation team, where I'll be walking you through how with Zuper and Field Nation you can provide an on-demand experience to your customers, and why on-demand workforce is the need of the hour. Thank you so much, everyone, for the amazing session, and looking forward to the next session. Thank you.